Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Here I am from Progressive Model School, subject Science, class 7th. This video is the part number 2 of same lesson, unit number 7, the living world and its surrounding. In this video we will also cover page number 63 to 65. In our previous video we discussed the factors that affect the climate, what is climate and what is weather. Now the factor that affect the climate, temperature and rainfall, these factors are also affected by different factors. For example, factors that affect the temperature are 3: latitude, elevation and ocean current. Here latitude is the distance of a place north or the south of the equator. It is measured in degrees. Student, latitude is the distance from the north or the south of the equator. Equator is the mid distance of the earth, and it is measured in degrees, as you see in degrees on the left hand side. And north pole is the upper level of the earth and south pole is the lower level in this picture. The area close to the equator or 0-degree latitude receive the direct sun rays, so the climate is warm here. On the other hand, the areas far from the equator receive less heat, so they are cooler than the equatorial region. Both the poles, northern and southern pole, are situated far from the equator. Therefore, these regions have cold climate. Second factor is elevation. Elevation is the height of a place above the level of the sea. As elevation increases, air becomes less dense. As the elevation increases, air becomes less dense. It means that it contains fewer gas molecules. Less dense means fewer gas molecules it contains, and the gas molecules are spread far away. So when the air becomes less dense or the elevation increase, there is the temperature of these areas decreases. The temperature at the top of the mountain, where it is much lower than the temperature at the sea level. Third factor is the ocean current. The surface temperature of a water affects the temperature of air above it. There is a continuous flow of current in the ocean. You can see that there is a continuous flow of current in the ocean. These currents are warm as well as cold. Some are warm and some are cold. Warm water currents make its surrounding hot, whereas the cold water current make its surrounding cold. So that the part of a land which is close to the warm water current has a warm climate. On the other hand, the land areas near the cold water currents have the cold climate. Ocean currents traveling away from the equator are warm water current, whereas the ocean current traveling toward the equator are cold water current. Our next topic is factors that affect rainfall. There are two main factors that affect rainfall: winds and mountain ranges. Winds have a great influence on the climate of a region in their path. Different prevailing winds carry different amount of moisture. The amount of moisture affects the amount of rainfall in a place. You see that the amount of moisture affects the amount of rainfall. It means that winds that blow from sea to land often bring rain to the coast and dry weather to the island area. The wind that have more moisture, there is more rainfall. Where the moisture is less, the rainfall is less. You can see rainfall in desert, and you can also note the rainfall in mountain ranges. Mountain ranges is the second factor that affect rainfall. A mountain range act as a barrier to wind. It causes air to rise towards its slope. As the air rises up, it cools down. You can see in the picture there are two sides, the windward side and the leeward side. Windward side is the side facing toward the moist wind, where the moisture of the wind is high. It receives the great rainfall, where there is great rainfall. The region on the windward side mountain has a wet climate. On the other hand, the leeward side, that is on the right hand side of the picture, facing away from the wind, it receives little rainfall. Moist wind reaches the top of the mountain, it loses most of the moisture in the form of rainfall. As a result, there is a little precipitation on the leeward side of the mountain. Thank you for watching this video.